Oh my goodness, guys, I am here laughing kere kere. God, I'm shy as well. We lived in a house for 4 long years. Anyway, watch this short clip first before I tell you the story I'm about to share with you.
Life in the UK has humbled a lot of us. This was me, just less than 24 hours before we pack out of this house. In fact, in order to get your deposit, they say leave the house in the way you saw it when you move in. I started cleaning this house a week before we started talking of leaving this house. Ew!
The next day. The next day.
2 hours before we leave, we started cleaning again after we have packed up everything. We cleaned up, we cleaned it down, brushed everywhere. Even run enter toilet where we not go use, brush am, scrub am, clean am. Hoover the floor in order to get our deposit. But have we gotten it? They say landlady is still doing verification. I beg if you see that landlady, tell her that she give us our deposit, yo.
Guys, don't mind me. She is always being funny, is it? That was really funny. 4 long years. Some people said you don't need to like repent the house, that even if you try repenting the house as you're about to move, that you might still not get your deposit. Yes, it has happened to a lady that moved from the UK to the US. She repented. Unfortunately, she didn't get her deposit back. Yeah, obviously, she didn't live in that house for 3 years. Talk more of 4 years, like we did. But when you have little children, babies, they are children less than 3. They usually make some kind of they like to draw on the wall and paint. So that would even lead to you not being able to get your deposit back. Some of them might even spoil the carpet, the rug, and all of that. But for us, my child, at least when we moved into that house, my child was already 6 and a half. Yeah, he turned 7 in the UK in 2021 or 2022. What am I saying? So it was, it's sort of easier for us to manage, being that he has come of age, he was not making any mess and all of that. So after we left, you saw the amount of cleaning I did. In fact, my husband was already saying they might not give us that money back, our deposit. I think what happens here, when you make a deposit for a house, because when we moved into that house in 2021, we started paying £595. Yes. So I think our deposit was something above that amount, because for this current house, we pay £1,100 in a month, but the deposit we made was £1,200. You see what I'm saying? Just correct me if your own is different. You pay something a little bit above the amount you'll be paying monthly when making a deposit for a house. So it's been a total of 6 weeks. That's 43 days since we left northeast of England to this very place. About 3 days ago, we got an email, you know, from the DPX, that is Deposit Protection Security, asking us to like do something in order for us to complete a form in order for us to get our deposit back. I quickly did that because my husband was at work. Yes, usually we put in our names in all of the things that we are doing here, like rent, bills. That is very much important. When this other person is not around to handle that, the next person should be able to. And it's also good for a proof of address when a couple have their names together in their rent and in all of these bills. Just do it jointly, no matter who is paying or who is not paying. Let the both couple name be on that document. It helps a lot. So I quickly did that, and then I sent back to them. Guess what? Our deposit money even got an interest on it. This is to tell you that, though I already know this, that the landlord is not the one that is keeping the money you deposited. Yes, the body in charge, like I've stated, is the deposit protection security people. There's another body in charge again, 2 different bodies in charge of that money. The landlord doesn't hold that money. I remember when I left the UK in 2013, after I finished my program, as I was leaving that same day, though it was a Nigerian guy that was going to drop me at Manchester Airport, luckily, my landlady called me and said I should quickly come to her office. Her office is just nearby the house. I quickly rushed down to her office. She said I should get my deposit that normally is supposed to have taken some processes, me applying and waiting for a couple of days to get it back into my account. But as it stands now, she would want me to like complete a form on her computer, then she would give me that money from her pocket. I think it was 250 or thereabout. I was paying 250 a week or thereabout. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was 250 pounds a month or thereabouts. She had a house, but I actually had everything. I had a wash hand basin in my room, kitchen and toilet, but everything is inclusive, you know, including internet, a whole lot. No, she gave me that money from her own pocket, and then letter collected from the DPS. They paid her because I signed something that should be collecting the money on my behalf. You know, very thoughtful and kind of her. You know, so basically the landlord, they don't really hold this money. Yes. And you remember the video I made here, the day we were leaving the previous apartment we moved from the northeast of England. Very day that we were moving out, you saw what happened. The agency that owns the house, one of them came down to the house. My husband tried to show them the fridge because the compartments, they have some of them that have been broken. On the first day we moved into that house, on the 25th of August 2021. Remember I said we stayed for 4 long years. So the lady in question from the estate managers, she asked if we did take something that they called inventory list, you know. So this is to tell you that whenever you move into a house, you check around. If something is not okay, or if there are some damages, you just take photos, pictures. Basically what I did with the fridge in our house, you know, the compartments, I made a video of those compartments that were broken, sent straight that same day we moved into that house. I just sent it via email to the estate managers. I say, look at the fridge, the way we met it, you know, look at the state of the compartments. So they noted all of that, you know. So this would actually help you. Yes, the lady asked that question. If you watched that video that day, my husband showed him, say, look, we actually met this fridge in that condition when we came in and all of that. And subsequently, you should know what is contained in your agreement if whenever something spoils, if you are expected to do that, or the house owners, this is another thing you should look out for ours. Anything that spoils, we didn't have to do it ourselves. I remember the washing machine got changed, you know, they did it. The gas burner as well, though they didn't change that one, but they did some kind of repair. For the fridge, when I called them to come like do something because the light went off at some point, they didn't come to. I told that lady as well the day she came to collect the key from us as we were moving, you know. So it is very much important you note all of those tiny things you think that they are tiny. You know, we wanted to like repaint some of those room, the side that you know, where I pasted some pictures on the wall for him, some learning materials. I used glue. Those glues couldn't come out. We thought that because of that, they would not be able to refund us. You know, we thought of repenting that bit. I said, no need, because I went online and checked Google. What I found on Google is that if you have lived in a house for a period of 2, 3 years or 4 years, the landlord or the house owner should be able to repent it and not you. So if we had wasted that time repenting that house, you know, or some bit of faith, it doesn't change anything because we've lived there for 4 years. So it is obvious that the house owners would definitely repent everything because it's been 4 years. In case they didn't, that house is very clean. I cleaned it. Set everywhere was shining, crystal clean. Somebody can just pay and move in. I spoke to somebody around yesterday. The person told me that somebody has moved into our house. So currently, even if we go to that area, we have no business in that house again. Interestingly, next week, Somto and myself will be traveling down to northeast of England for their New Yam Festival. Possibly I will carry you guys along. Thank you very much. I am so excited. We got our deposit in full and it's also yielded some interest. £9 £9 points. Something, almost £10 interest after 4 years. That's really amazing, isn't it? Yes. So this is it for this content. I hope you learned one or two things. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support and your time. Let me know in the comment section if you were able to get your deposits the time you moved from your home, and if you didn't, why? What did they say? Or did you get half of it? I would love to read that. Thank you once again, and bye for now.